Division 1A Coach of the Year, Mike Ruddock of Lansdowne. How do you sum up that year? The quadruple, the top of the Ireland League, won the title playoffs, then the Bateman and the Leinster Cups. You can't get better than that now.
No, but I'd sum it up by saying it's pretty tough, you know. All the opposition were fantastic, Cork particularly, with their record from last season, having won the double, setting a high standard, you know, it's what everyone wants to emulate. So we were delighted actually to get that, but the margins are very tight. You know, to beat some of those teams like Gary Owen in the semi-final, who were very, very physical and very skillful against us, Cork in the final, you know, was huge for our team and a bit of a transition for us. We were quite good all the way through the league rounds. We had to learn to adapt to sort of knockout rugby and cup rugby, and that was a big step forward for us this season.
You couldn't get any tighter in the final here in the Viva against Cork. Finished 19 points to 17. Peter Dooley kind of claimed all the headlines, claiming the Man of the Match award. But how happy as a team performance from your lads that day?
Yeah, you know, it wasn't a perfect oil painting. We weren't brilliant, and you got to give credit to Cork because they really closed us down. They were very physical. A lot of guys in there, they knew how to win big cup games, so they were really up for it, particularly after we'd beaten them in the Bateman. And, you know, Thomas Quinlan has been absolutely fantastic for them and won so many games for them, but unusually he missed a kick a goal, and that gave, you know, us a little bit of hope that we could just stay in the game. And in the end, our front row, as you said, did very well, and we managed to get a couple of big scrums at the end, which won penalties and got us field position. And as we saw with the Leinster racing game on the weekend, if you can get field position in the last 5-10 minutes, it makes such a difference to the game. So that was a bit of a learning curve for us, and something we weren't particularly good at last season, but we learned the hard way. We need to get our field position in the later games. You know, you don't want to stop the boys playing rugby, but you've got to really sort of learn to adapt to cup rugby and knockout rugby. And I think that was our transition this season.
And I mentioned there at the start just the quadruple this year. It's an absolutely incredible feat, and it was mentioned there by Joe Schmidt inside. Yeah. To your own name now, there's 16 trophies beside it. I think it's right. Like, that's an incredible achievement for you personally.
Well, it was actually 17 because I won Slimmer of the Year in 2005. No, look, I'm in it to win it, you know, like any coach is. But I want to pay tribute to Joe Schmidt as well for coming down with all his commitments, you know, to come down and give up his time to present the awards, and the Ulster Bank for supporting the league. And all the volunteers, everyone involved, you know, it's great. You know, I come from a small village in Wales. I grew up, you know, with tribalism and the importance of representing your village really well. And, you know, I see the towns and the clubs of Ireland, you know, carrying on that sort of tradition and being really strong about that. And we see it in Gaelic football as well. You know, the parish sort of mentality, if you like, you know, it's really, really important. Never to let your hometown down, and every time we go into battle in this league, it really is about that. It's about you know, standing up for who you are and what you're about, and that's what I love about this league. It's really, really, really good.
You spoke there about like the parish and the parochial nature of the league. What is the grassroots? What the current state of the club rugby scene, in your opinion?
Oh, I think it's very, very healthy. You know, look, Irish rugby is on a real high. So when you've got a Grand Slam team like Ireland are, and well deserved as well, with world-class players and a world-class coach, and then you've got Leinster winning the European Cup, and you've got two Irish teams in the semi-final of the pro competition as well in the Northern Hemisphere. So it's sort of logical to sort of surmise that the club game is going to be pretty healthy as well, you know, and that's how I read it. I think the club game is very, very healthy, and I think the quality of the teams and the coaches that I certainly have to do battle against are formidable. So you know, it's a significant competition. We're delighted Ulster Bank are behind it, and when you see the likes of Joey Carberry, Ty Byrne, who was with us a couple of years ago, kicking on, Andrew Porter, who was playing for UCD a couple of seasons ago. See those sort of guys coming through, and you realise it's a great league for developing players as well as trying to develop teams.
You just finish off, you mentioned it there. It'd be remiss of you not to ask for a prediction for Saturday, Leinster-Munster.
Well, look, my mother actually was a proud Munster lady from County Clare. God bless her. But obviously, if Rhys is playing for Leinster, I'm going to be rooting for Leinster, but the Munster blood is in me, so it's a difficult one to call. And you know, it could go either way. But if Rhys is on the panel after a significant injury, I'm hoping that he scores a winning try.
Mike Ruddock, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a million for watching. If you want to subscribe, well, there's the button right there. If you want to see more videos, hit that down there.